there, welcome to Creative Crusade, my ongoing art journey. If you'd like to follow me and learn alongside with me, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you can know when a new lesson comes out and learn. Because yeah, that's how stuff works. You learn by looking at chunks of wood. Right, so anyway, today's lesson is rough perspective, which is very similar to the, plotted perspective. And it's basically you're just freehanding it all, so yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so the rough perspective exercise. It's going to start out very similar, or it's going to be very similar to the plotted perspective exercise. You don't get to use a ruler, essentially. So it's a lot more practicing your freehanding. This is where ghosting comes in handy a lot. So first you'll start off just like the other one. Just build a frame. You're going to fit 3 of them on here. And you can have either equal or less equal divisions for your frame. I prefer more equal. Oops. Alright, then establish your horizon lines. Either in the middle, top, bottom, whatever, wherever. And then this is where a major difference is, in that you only have one vanishing point. So you're only going to place one along here. Alright, so now you get your base plate to do the rough perspective. So now you can't use a ruler anymore. It's against the law. So throw it in the trash. Not really, because you'll need it later, but... So then, you're going to draw squares in here somewhere. And try to keep them, while freehanding them, as straight as possible. You're trying to make them vertically perfectly vertical and perpendicular to the horizon line, because you're only dealing with one point perspective. And I'm just ghosting here to try to get it as straight as possible. Alright, there's one square. So now you're just going to add more. Freehand them all, which is so much fun. Some very crooked squares there. And for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to do one big one right there. But you can do like, I don't know, anywhere from like 5 to 6, 7, 8, however many you want to fit in there. Not too many, but not too little. A nice balance, probably about 6. Just a little off. So I'm just putting down little dots that help me mark my position of where I'm thinking it'll be, so then I have a point to ghost from. Which didn't help. Once you reach the 250 box challenge, You'll see why I'm doing this, or rather, that's where I got this from. It's a really helpful little tool. Really supposed to do one clean sweep, but I'm trash, so I have to do at least two. Now you got your boxes placed in there. You're going to try to guess from here what the angle is going to be. You're not going to go from here to there, but you're going to have a designated point somewhere along here that you're going to choose. Like, I'm going to go right there. And through my calculations, if they're correct, that should be along this line, which we'll error check later. So I'm just going to connect that. And then you're going to do the same for all of these points. You're just finding the angles on all those. And then I'm just finding a point along this line. Then I'll find a point along this line, the imaginary line. It's not written or drawn yet. And then I'll kind of even out the 2 points to where they should be, and that's my educated guess of where it will be, or where it should be. Start right there. If that makes sense. And since I have this back corner point, I know it's going up and down vertically, so I can use that as a reference of where this next line will be. Oops. And there's only one line left to connect, and that's this. Alright. So now I have my box in that perspective. And I suppose if you wanted to, you could do the ruler thing where you line it, give it some weight. It's easier to read what's on top for aesthetics. Also better readability. That's just if you want to. It's entirely optional, I believe. You should always be double checking me on all of this by having watched and read the lesson yourself. This is all just an add-on of how to do it in my own process. So then you're just going to do that for the rest of these. Don't know why I started with that one first. Shouldn't have done that yet. And don't be doing what I'm doing here. Only make one clean swipe, like I keep doing this because it's a bad habit. Try to do it better next time. So one clean swipe like that, but more accurate. Be dedicated to your line. Don't hesitate. So this one's way off. Like way, way off. It's not gonna line up, which we'll find out later, if that's the case or not. Remember, ghost as much as you need to. Don't be over eager. If you need to do it 1,000 times, do it 1,001. I needed to ghost more. Overshot. Alright, so now error checking. To error check, you're going to want your ruler back and a different colored pen, just because it makes it easier to see. I stole this from my brother, so don't tell him. Just going to borrow it for a second, so don't kill me yet. So you're going to take the lines that you tried to estimate, and you're going to error check them by going along those lines with your ruler and going out like that. So this overshot or undershot it just a little bit. So it's pretty close. So it's not bad. This line, probably even worse. Yeah, that one's way off. Oh, that one was way off too. And this one, let's see. That one was much closer than the other ones. Check these here. Oh, that one's off, and it's like right next to it. This one should be pretty simple. Yep, right on. Right on. And you can tell it gets a little cluttered, which is probably why I should do not too many. This one was pretty accurate. Yeah, this is probably the best box I did. Probably because it's right next to it. Off a little bit. Off a little bit. A lot. Pretty close. Ooh, dead on. Look at that. So this is how you tell. Like this one's pretty far off. It's furthest away as well. So that's how you error check, and that's essentially the whole exercise. So you're just going to do that, the whole page, and then fill out, I think it's 2 whole pages. So you just flip it out to the other side. And yeah, so that's how you do the rough perspective exercise. Hope this helped. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you later.